All right, Bobby, you're our intro guy.
Today is a special day, and today is a podcast where we talk about that special day. I'm Bobby Parker.
And I'm Joey Nickel.
And I'm Wes Johnson.
Welcome to Today Is.
All right, welcome to the show. We've got a special guest with us today. We've got Wes Johnson.
Oh, I thought you meant me.
No,
No, he said special.
yeah, special.
Definitely me.
So before we started recording, we were talking about instruments, and we were talking about the difference between a flugelhorn and a flugelbone. I did not know they were separate instruments. I just thought the flugelhorn is what you call it because flugelbone sounds ridiculous.
It does. Frankly, flugelhorn sounds ridiculous, but
I don't think you could say one is more ridiculous than the other.
Well, flugelbone's more ridiculous, Wes.
I don't know. I can say flugelbone sounds more ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I can say that I used to play one.
Yeah, I learned what a flugelhorn was when I helped purchase one. I thought it was a joke.
Well, we haven't even discussed what you call the guy.
Yeah, let's have you hold that. Get it nice and close.
We haven't discussed what you have to call the guy who plays the flugelbone. That's worse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think we can say that on a family podcast.
a flugeler.
Yeah, a flugelist.
A flugelist.
A flugelist.
Flauglist. I don't know what's the point of why are there two different ones? What do they do? What is the translation? So like the flugel instruments always seem to be a translation of another instrument. So like the flugelbone is a trombone that's been wrapped up into a horn so that you can march with it and you can be, you don't have to use the slide and stuff like that. What's a flugelhorn? What did I say first?
Flugel.
I said
you said flugelbone. So flugelhorn.
So what's a flugelhorn? What's that then?
It's a larger trumpet that gives a deeper sound, but still plays like a trumpet. That's
who
my
plays that though? Like who knows? Like for me, if you're a trombone player, you would play a flugelbone because it's the same notes, like it's the same range and everything like that, and the same mouth movements and stuff like that. Who plays the flugelhorn?
So a flugelhorn is traditionally played by people who play the trumpet, and from what I've seen, and I don't know a lot about this, but the orchestra things I've seen that my stepson's in, because he plays it. He's usually the first chair trumpet, and he'll also play flugelhorn on certain parts where it's specifically written for.
So he was a trumpeter,
and
now he's a flugelist.
And a flugelist.
But
yes.
It sounds like it's for somebody who thinks they're too good to play the trumpet anymore.
Yeah.
I blame the composers. They said, hey, we're writing this specifically for the flugelhorn industry, so we can sell more flugelhorns.
Big flugel.
Yeah, big
flugel conspiracy.
Yeah. I think it's just confusing that there are two things with the same name. Are there any other instruments in the brass kingdom like that?
The baritone and the euphonium.
Yeah, but they're called two different things.
Yeah, but they're the same.
Oh, it's the same thing?
Same
that's
instrument.
Called the two different things?
I believe so.
Oh.
I know people get confused with the tuba and the sousaphone all the time.
Right, those are a little bit different, but yeah.
They play the same. It's
same
just
range.
You hold them differently.
But you hold the sousaphone wraps around you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I played the sousaphone in the marching band because I was the littlest person.
Yeah.
I was like, this
and
would
it
be
was
fun.
funny.
Yeah.
That makes sense. At first, I thought, could no one else fit in it?
No, but the joke is on them because it's heavy, but you get to take it off. Like when you're marching band practice, you get to take it off and set it down.
Set it down, yeah.
But everybody else is
and you're not
still
looked
holding
at.
their
You're not
instrument.
looked at like you're weird.
Everybody else is still holding their trombones like this.
I was in the marching band for 1 year, my freshman year, and I played the saxophone, and holding the saxophone was not an issue. I can understand other people with heavier instruments having an issue. Did not have a problem.
Yeah,
well, you get a
saxophone has a neck strap.
Yeah, you get a neck strap.
Yeah,
you get a
great.
Yeah. What's probably the worst instrument to hold is the baritone. Because you can't wrap it around you.
Yeah, you have to hold it.
You have to hold it.
Yeah.
We had them. Our marching band will put them on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Like they'd march with them on their shoulder.
Well, they make a marching one too.
Marching baritone?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a little bit different?
Yeah, it sits on your shoulder and the mouthpiece.
The mouthpiece is long
at a different
that's right.
direction.
Yeah. That's right.
I've got to ask this question. How big were your high school marching bands?
We had 102 people.
102. Awesome.
Yeah.
Joey?
Yeah, I think ours was about the same. I think ours was about 100 people in the marching band. Maybe a little more.
Yeah, because our band director made the joke because we marched in the George Bush inauguration parade, and he wanted to put at the bottom of the flag and the marching 100 / maybe 102 / maybe 100, maybe 99 as this recount.
Nice.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious. I appreciate jokes like that.
Yeah.
I didn't do so. I actually quit band to play sports.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Ditto.
A lot of people
I'm
realize
cool.
they could be cool about the 10th grade. They're like, wait a minute.
Now, that being said, I didn't quit choir. I stayed in choir and played football. Now, we did have. Now, what's funny is like I remember going into. Like, I was a freshman, and they're all like, hey, man, when you go into varsity, you cannot be in the band. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, you got to choose football or band. And then, so I go in, I'm playing football, right, not being in the band. And then we have, like the next year when I'm a junior, some sophomores come into the varsity team, and they're on the band, and they play in the band. And nobody gives, I don't know why nobody mess with them, but then they played the halftime shows and everything.
Yeah.
In their uniform, like they'd go out, they take off their pads and keep their football pants on and just put and just play. Like I was like, that's crazy. I could have been in the band, but
You could have been doing that too.
Yeah,
Just how different your life would have been.
I know.
So here's how different my story is. It's similar, but the band director gave me the ultimatum.
Really?
Yes. He was like, hey, band is pretty intense, and we expect you to march. If you're going to be on the football team, you're not going to pass band. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't really have a
that's
problem.
funny.
Here.
It was the band director who
And, like,
gave you the ultimatum.
I wanted to be in like concert band.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I didn't want to be in marching band because I liked football.
Well, and that was the other thing. At our school, you were not allowed. You had to be in the marching band if you were in the band.
Exactly.
So, like, you couldn't skip marching band and play football and then be in the concert band after that.
Right. And my thing was, hey, I would, I'll learn the music, during class, I'll march, I'll do all the things. I'm just not going to be on the field during football because I play football. I
remember I have flat feet, and I remember somebody telling me at one point, like, you won't be able to be in the marching band. You have flat feet. And I'm like, and I was like, oh, it must be intense. And it's like, it's walking. Like, marching is walking. I didn't know in my brain. I was like, you could call it walking band. That's not,
Yeah.
they're not doing like obstacle courses. Like,
Now, when they get like upper levels, like drum corps international stuff like that, where it's pretty precise, pretty intense.
It is.
But
not that flat feet would do anything.
I don't think
Like,
so.
if you can walk, you can be in marching band. Like, just physically, the physical limitations of marching band are, can you walk?
Yeah. The marching we're doing is from the band room
Yes.
to the football field.
You're not like marching for 5 miles.
We might throw in a parade every now and then.
Yeah.
Most of the
Did you guys you were in a parade for did you guys do multiple parades?
yeah.
I only did parades when I was in the middle school marching band because I didn't do high school marching band. But we didn't do any cool parades though. We did like the fair. There was like a parade at the fair, I think we did. And I ate Subway. And what I remember about this experience is I ate Subway and I got a meatball sub and I asked for everything on the meatball sub because I've never done that before and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I asked for everything, like onions, peppers, lettuce, like on a meatball sub. Like, why did I do that?
Sometimes you got to try.
You're living high on the hog. You're like,
I guess so.
somebody else is paying for it.
Yeah, and my parents gave me whatever, $5 to get lunch, and that was what I decided on. I got a 6-inch meatball sub with everything. Yeah. That was the day. That was the day I became a man.
I did. I had the high schoolers paying for lunch one time. We went to Publix to the deli, and I got a bologna sub with like mustard on it.
Nice.
And they're like you could have had anything you wanted. You got,
got
bologna
And mustard.
And mustard.
Yeah.
By the way, favorite sandwich place local or favorite sandwich place to go to. By the way, Subway is not good anymore.
No.
Have you been to Subway lately? It's
Not on
first
purpose.
of all, Subway used to be the cheap, right? It used to you could get a $5 footlong, not even close anymore.
Right.
Can't get those. They do have deals sometimes, but like Subway's not on the top of the list at all. It's not even
No.
close anymore.
No, far from it. Favorite sandwich spot, Wes? What do you have?
I'm a Firehouse guy.
I love Firehouse, but you got to eat it as soon as you get it.
Yeah, they donated a track chair to me, like a $5,000 wheelchair. Those.
So you're legally
Yeah, I'm
obligated to say
kinda
that
brand loyal.
Firehouse is good.
Yes.
You know what? I've had nothing but wonderful experiences at Firehouse, and I got to hang out on their bus during a shoot that I did like 10 years ago now. It was super cool. They had that it was basically our backstage, our green room hangout there. It was super cool.
Yeah.
Firehouse is pretty good. I do like that they steam it and it's good, and their hook and ladder is unbelievable. Their meatball sub is not very good though. Have you had the meatball sub?
Exclusively.
Really?
That's
You like the meatball sub?
I do.
Why? Why don't I like it? Though?
I'm a pizza sub guy, and so
Okay, yep. That
so if
tracks.
you'll get the pizza sub you get the meatball sub with pepperoni instead of meatballs. And
Is that what you get?
Yeah, that's usually my
Oh.
go-to.
Oh,
now
but you
can
also
get,
like the meatball sub?
Yeah, you can get the meatball sub with pepperoni on it.
I think it gets. Oh, okay. Maybe the pepperoni keeps it from getting soggy, because I've always had. Whenever I get a meatball sub from Firehouse, it gets like, it makes the bread too soggy.
Yeah, and it's coming apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like their hook and ladder at Firehouse. That's amazing. But again, because they steam the bread, if you don't eat it right away, if you like wait an hour or whatever, it's no good. You can't. You gotta eat a Firehouse right away.
Yeah. Can I double back to the parade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we marched. We did our own homecoming parade every year, and then we did, I think, Memorial Day or Veterans Day or Memorial Day. One of the two. We did the parade in downtown Jacksonville.
Okay.
But the big ones we did the inauguration parade. For
You went up to D.C. for that?
yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
That was in the 9th grade for George W. Bush. And then we did the Pegasus Parade in Kentucky, which is the parade before the Kentucky Derby. And that one was fun. The inaugural parade was cold. It was, DC in January, it was cold.
For Florida kids too.
Yeah, and it very, like, everything was so secure. You waited in line and you
Yeah,
waited
of course.
on the bus, and they had
Yeah.
to look over everything. So it wasn't a lot of fun. But
Yeah, a lot of security for that one, I'm sure.
yeah, the other band trips were a lot of fun.
I think that you hit the sweet spot though, because the security would be so much worse now,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably true. Yeah.
or so much better. I don't know the
What
right,
year
right
was
way to
it?
say
What
that.
year was that?
Uh,
Was it the
2000.
first? That was the inauguration, so
yeah,
it would
the
have
first
been.
one with the
Yeah. Yeah,
with
so
the
that would have
recount and
been.
everything.
Yeah, that would have been pre 9/11.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so that it would have been 2000. 2001 would have been the
It would have been 2001
yep. So
because it was January.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, so that's interesting. So you were, how far away were you from George W. Bush?
He was, probably to the house across the street, probably
Okay. Oh,
50
really?
yards.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah, and then I was in the front row, so he was technically waving to the drum major, but I was.
You're
I
like,
was
he's
there
waving
too.
at me.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm here.
Yeah.
That's crazy. To be that close. I don't think I was never that close to George W. Bush. I did. Now, have you ever met a president? Was that the closest you came to a president?
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I was held by Gerald Ford. Like
Like lovingly?
when I was a baby, my dad handed me to Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford's like, "Hey, it's a boy," and like not like discovering, like, "Hey," and handed me right back. I don't know why. I don't know.
All right.
But I've been told that happened.
he was out there kissing babies, and he went, it's a boy.
I would like to think that I'm the reason he wasn't reelected.
Yeah.
That
People saw that and they're like, yeah, it was a weird
no,
interaction
thank
with
you.
that baby.
Yeah, I think that probably happened before he was. It was after he was voted out, I guess. I don't know. I just know that story.
So I have met. Well, now this sounds like I'm one-upping everybody and I'm bragging.
All right, we're gonna look at Joey over here.
But I've met both sides of the aisle. So I met Dick Cheney.
Okay.
When I was going to BYU, I went to Vegas, and boy, did we have a time with Dick Cheney. No, I'm just kidding. No,
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
No, it was the re-election year. It was the re-election, and I went and worked for the Bush campaign in Vegas.
Okay.
And basically, what we did is we went down there and we canvassed every house that was a registered Republican and made sure they had a ride to the polls. That's what we did. And we worked there all through the the whole week of the election. We worked there giving people rides to the polls. And this was the beginnings of early voting, like when you could go early and vote.
Right.
And you didn't have to vote on the day, which was funny. The way they did it, it was like you could early vote until the day before, and the day before you couldn't vote, then you could vote the day of. So we were giving people rides like all week, and then day of we gave a bunch of people rides too, like just old people or whoever, just anybody who just couldn't get out to the polls.
Anybody who couldn't get away.
Yeah.
Get on the bus.
Yeah. So that's what we did. We canvassed for the first few days to see who needed a ride. Then we went and gave rides. And then I got to go to the Vegas Republican victory party.
Cool.
On election day.
That sounds like it would be fun. It also sounds like it would not be fun.
Yeah. It was fun because it was fun just to be at a Vegas party. Like that was a free food and stuff like that. That was a lot of fun, and we had to dress up. Like we wore suits and stuff.
That's cool.
And then but leading up to that, there was a big rally, I guess. Listen, I feel like the word rally is used more with Trump than any other president, and I don't
yeah.
I don't remember calling it a rally, but Dick Cheney came maybe 3 days before the election when we were working, and he just did a rally for all the workers. Like it wasn't not just anybody could come. It wasn't like any Republican could come like they do sometimes. He just came and gave a speech and everything, and we kind of he would shake some people's hands and stuff like that. So there was that, which honestly, of all the politicians to meet, he's not a fun one to meet because he's not a fun guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have rather met George W. Bush because he seems like a cool guy to meet. I don't know.
George W. Bush seems like he'd be a fairly normal guy.
Yeah, or just friendly. I just feel like he'd be I feel like it would have been a better experience. Dick Cheney, he was fine, but he's very very bulldog-ish and very gruff and just how you doing? How you doing? Thanks for your work. Thanks for your help, kind of stuff.
I know that this comparison will make people mad because one is a very revered leader and the other is Dick Cheney, but. He reminds me of a Winston Churchill.
Yeah, something like right.
Where it's he got there sheerly by determination and just being the smartest person on certain subjects. Hey, I know this. I'm fighting for it. Is not a lot of charisma.
Yeah, he wasn't winning on charisma or folksiness or stuff like that. Which was honestly all of Bush's career was folksiness and charisma. That was kind of his bag. But I also met Bill Clinton.
Okay.
So I met Bill Clinton because I lived in Arkansas at the time.
So opposite sides, not only of the aisle but of the charisma chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
right.
not somebody fun.
Dick Cheney. Yeah, if you want to talk about opposites, yeah, definitely Dick Cheney and Bill Clinton are opposites. What's funny is there's still just like George Bush, there's that Southern charm. Probably the most charming and just a politician I've ever met was Bill Clinton. It just just oozed, personality and stuff like that. And I did Boys State in Arkansas, and he would come and give a speech and stuff like that.
I have no idea what Boy State is.
We got Jeb Bush That's who we got.
Yeah. Jeb Bush, not as fun. No, he's the not as fun brother.
Yeah. Boys State is a program put on by the
American Legion.
Okay.
Where they take juniors from like every high school in the state, and you get to run like a mock government.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds like something I would have enjoyed and my school didn't do.
So we did mock government, and then we would do Boys Nation, and so that's what.
Like mock you in?
Yeah, so like you would, but you act like you're in Congress. Like if you do Mock Nation, you act like or not Mock Nation, Boys Nation. You act like you're a senator. You get two people from Boys State go then to D.C. and you get to be in the Capitol and stuff, and then that's when you meet the president and stuff like that. And Bill Clinton was the president at the time.
And they select like the two like top people in your high school, and their test scores and everything.
Yeah.
That's how they do it for everyone else.
Okay.
I got selected because my dad knew the guy who needed two juniors.
Yeah, there you go.
From the hardware store.
Yeah.
So me
Nice.
and my buddy got to go, and we were not 1,600 SAT scores or we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, there was also the one thing that we were disappointed about was that there was a girls' state, and it was separate.
Yeah, they're smart enough to know not to put those on the same weekend.
There was girls' state and boys' state, and they were separate. We had heard rumors that they were going to be like we were going to have a dance or something, but that never happened. That never materialized, and we're like, they just tricked us into going to boys' state.
Where do they have yours at?
Just at a university.
Which one?
Ours was at University of Central Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We were at Florida State.
Oh,
And,
so you had a big one, university.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We did Boys State. I had a lot of fun at Boys State. But yeah, and I also met Mike Huckabee, who was governor of Arkansas at the time. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Mike Huckabee in general or any of the Huckabees necessarily, but one of the funniest like charismatic guys I've ever met. Like he literally, so he comes in, so he gives a big speech to Boys State. So sometimes Clinton would come to Boys State, but he would mostly just do Boys Nation because he was already, he's in the Capitol and everything,
right.
or in D.C. So, but Huckabee would do Boys State every year because I went back and became a counselor after that, and he came every year. And he did a stand-up comedy routine, like an absolute, I don't know if he got joke writers or not, but he also did impressions. And he basically did impressions of every living president, including Bill Clinton. He did impressions of and they were spot on, like perfect impersonations.
That's fantastic.
Of presidents and of course he did an Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation, but everybody can do those.
Right.
But he did like everything all kinds of like impersonations. They were all perfect. They were all spot on. I don't know who if that's just something he had, like it's just a talent he has, or if he learned it from somebody when he became a politician or what. But it was like the whole crowd's just like laughing and everything. Like it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. Like he was hilarious.
And that is why you're a stand-up comedian.
And that is today. Mike Huckabee is why I'm a stand-up comedian.
I heart Huckabees.
Yeah. All right. So we are 23 minutes into this podcast. We have not picked a topic for our podcast yet. I thought we could pick a topic on the air and talk about what's going on today. So
we're doing something new. I like it.
Yeah. So is Wes going to pull up the
No, I was checking my
list?
fantasy
Oh, you're
football.
checking it for Chip.
No, I'm just kidding. I was looking up the thing.
Yeah, it's going to be on Messenger.
I'm hilarious. Did y'all see that? I got Joey real good.
Yeah.
Joey Nickel. Oh, there we go.
All right. So we have our choices are for Friday what's tomorrow? The 10th? Tomorrow's the 10th.
Oh, you want to do the 10th first?
Yeah. Let's look at the 10th first. So we've got. Is it okay if I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Just don't swipe too far.
Yeah.
Ooh,
let's see. October 10th. Let's see. We've got National Handbag Day. I don't know how much information you guys have about that. National Stage Management Day. What do you think that is? Stage Management Day?
I think stage management is like tech.
Yeah, I
stuff,
guess.
right?
Yeah, right. Like tech stuff like that. National Hug a Drummer Day. Any of you guys a drummer?
No.
What'd you play? Trombone? Wait.
Yeah,
what'd you say? No,
trombone,
tuba.
trombone and tuba.
No, trombone and tuba. Okay,
I'll
so
play
no
that
drummers.
flugelbone. Hi-oh.
Whoa.
National Hugger. Oh yeah, National Metric Day.
Metric.
I
I mean,
Get that commie and from. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won the war.
Yeah, we won the war.
No.
We do not follow the metric system here in the United States on principle. Do you remember? I don't know if you guys. Do you remember them saying we were going to go to metric at one point?
I remember being taught.
You might be too young, Wes, to
in
have-
elementary school.
Yeah, in elementary school.
where it was like, hey, this is going to be important to know because we're going to go metric.
Yeah, they're like, we're going metric. Well, Canada went metric. And then the United States was like, okay, we're probably going to go metric soon. So, like, in elementary school, we learned metric and the imperial system. We learned both.
Yes.
And then that was useless.
And I also got to hide under my desk from tornadoes in drills.
Oh, we did that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think that's still a thing.
That's
Okay,
still a thing,
cool.
yeah.
Bend over, put your legs between your
Yeah.
head between your legs, and kiss your butt goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
So here's the thing. I don't know who is coming up with these days. They need to get their notes. They need to compare notes because there's 3 of the same day basically.
Okay.
There's metric system day. There's National Metric Day, Metric System Day, and Powers of 10 Day.
Ooh. Okay.
Aren't we, like?
There was,
Well,
yeah.
Why are those all on the same day?
Metric day, maybe.
Oh, maybe that's
it's
just like measurements.
A metric.
A metric.
Yeah.
Like Statistics Day, something like that. World Day Against the Death Penalty.
Nah.
I am for the death penalty. I think it's not used enough. I think it should be used for people who we've already talked about this.
Yes.
Oh,
People,
okay.
people who tailgate you on the freeway when you're already going more than 10 miles over the speed limit, and they tailgate you and flash their brights at you. Death penalty for sure.
You know the episode of Parks and Recreation where the Venezuelans come?
Yes.
They're like,
Straight to jail. Believe it or not, jail.
Yeah. Straight to jail.
Cookie fish too long. Believe it or not, jail.
Straight to jail.
Yeah, I think we should be using the death penalty much more than we do.
Yes. I'm not. Well. Yeah, for cases
Not
like
for
that,
murder,
yes.
though.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
if it's murder, you don't get the
Yes.
death penalty. If it's murder, you get. I actually learned. So one of the things as a person who grew up Republican and is no longer a registered Republican, I did growing up. There was the rhetoric of like the death penalty is way cheaper because you don't have to. The guy, whoever
You don't have to house
committed,
them.
yeah, you don't have to house and feed them and everything like that for their lifetime. Like life in prison is way more expensive than the death penalty. Well, come to find out, that's not true. The death penalty is actually more expensive because they spend so much of the court's time on appeals and stuff because they're more likely to appeal, and they spend years doing that. There's all this cost to the court system as they're trying to appeal. By the way, the death penalty, it's not like they're like, death penalty, we're going to execute you tomorrow. It's like, death penalty, we're going to execute you in like 20 years.
30 years.
Yeah, or even 30
yeah.
years sometimes. So it's like you end up in prison. You end up getting a life sentence sometimes before you even get to the death penalty. So it's not even any cheaper.
It's not, and I think as much as I am for hanging people that need to be hung or hanged, I forget what the proper terminology is, but I think that if you're going to wait that long, it's worse for the victim's family.
Right, that's true too.
So,
yeah,
so
that's true, too.
I think that if the death penalty isn't fast,
Yeah.
life is better.
You know, I'm actually so I might be anti-death penalty, but not because of
Maybe.
for murderers. Not because of a morality decision. Like I do think a murderer should get executed. I don't have a problem with that. If they're a murderer and they have murdered in a way that warrants a death penalty, I am not against that. However, just from the fact that it costs less to house them for life in prison costs less than err on the side of life in prison, in my opinion. Unless there's a risk of them being hurting other people while they're in prison, but. I don't know. I might be actually fiscally. I might be against the death penalty.
Yeah.
I don't care about their lives.
Only when it's fiscally responsible should we murder them.
Yes, only when it's fiscally responsible should we murder them. I mean, I'm talking like as soon as they flash their brights at you, behind, like the police officer pulls them over and then shoots them in the head.
See, fiscally responsible.
I was going to say something really bad. Never mind.
Really? That was worse than that?
Yeah.
You're like,
Believe it or not.
immediately-
Believe it or not, jail. No, believe it or not, I was going to say something worse than what I just said. Okay, so there's that.
Yeah.
So that turns out that's our topic today. No,
I think we already discussed it pretty in depth.
you know that the guy who invented the lethal injection is mad about it. He didn't know that it would be used for that.
Really?
Yeah, like the guy who invented like the chemical compound for lethal injection. So I guess like he's like, you can't use it anymore. I don't know what happened. Like, so, I don't know. I'd have known. I didn't actually look this up, obviously, but like it was a thing. Like he's like he like it's a proprietary concoction or whatever, and he like stopped letting. He's like went through all this process to stop the state governments from using his method.
Yes, I do know that there was definitely a hiatus because they were unable to acquire the proper chemicals for a long time.
Right. Which is crazy because the guy who invented them was like an anti-death penalty. But we've been using lethal injection for like a long time. Like, and so like, what did he think was happening with that?
Guys, I wanted you to kill people, but I didn't know you were going to use it.
He's like, wait, hold on. You guys have been executing people with my chemical
Hypothetically,
compound?
guys.
Well,
You know.
This is a wonderful theory I've got here. But
Or he's like selling the chemicals to the government, and then like 20 years later, he finds like, wait, what have you guys been using this for? I thought you were like getting rid of rats in the prison system or something.
we are.
Yeah.
We are getting rid of rats in the legal system.
Rats,
That's
snitches,
pretty
whatever you wanna
crazy.
call 'em.
That's pretty crazy that he like after years has like, nope, no more.
What?
What's next?
Yes, please.
Let's see. Squid and Cuttlefish Day.
There we go.
Shift 10 Day. I have no idea what that means. World Animal Road Accident Awareness Day.
That is a good one.
World Animal Road Accident Awareness Day.
World. Oh, it said that. World.
You think those animals know they've been in a wreck?
Yeah, we need to make these animals aware they've been in an accident. All around
Why do
the
they
world.
always put the deer crossing things here where so many cars are?
Yeah.
World Homeless Day. That's worded in a way that's like we're supposed to kill camping that day or something. Like today, like right? Isn't that's worded in a weird way? Like it's not like Homeless Support Day or Homeless Awareness Day or something. It's like
This is
World
the day
Homeless
we
Day.
celebrate homeless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
World Homeless Day.
Yes.
World Inclusion Day. World Mental Health Day. Well, we were talking about that earlier.
A little, yeah.
World Plant-Based Burger Day. World Porridge Day.
That's got to be a fairly new one. World Plant-Based Burger Day?
Yeah, Plant-Based Burger Day. I will say that plant-based burgers have come a long way.
So I liked a lot of the original veggie burgers because I went into it not expecting it to taste like meat. I'm like, hey, it's going to have its
You know
own,
it's going to taste different. Yeah.
Right, and a lot of them tasted good. Some of them weren't good.
And
But
you're putting ketchup and stuff on it anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, somebody was making that argument about the Impossible Burger. It's like it's trying to taste like beef. It's like, just be a bean burger.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
just
don't
be
have
something.
to-
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
Do your own thing.
I've had an Impossible Whopper. It's okay.
I had an Impossible Whopper, and they did do it. They made it taste as disgusting as the regular Whopper.
It's a regular Whopper.
They accomplished their goal.
Yeah, they took a bunch of plants and they abused them to the point of being unhealthy.
Yeah. Let's see. National Angel Food Cake Day. National Cake Decorating Day.
What do we think of angel food cake?
I'm not a fan.
Is that the one that's like sponge?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
I
spongy,
don't like
very
it.
light. No,
Not a fan.
my wife makes a angel food cake, and then like she takes like strawberries. You know,
That if you're
Yeah,
making
I
a
think
strawberry
it's
shortcake
designed-
out of it, yeah.
Designed to soak up
Yeah.
whatever you're
Yeah.
putting
Yeah.
on it.
and that is like a big holiday summer thing in our house. But I don't eat the angel food. I'll have some of the strawberries,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I just don't like the
That one's
food
angel
cake.
food cake is a rough cake. That one's definitely not. That one's low on the list of cakes. Although now thinking about it, what if I got like a custard and like I soaked it up in a custard? I don't know. Maybe that would taste good. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's the texture of an angel food cake is so bad. Right?
That's my thing. I don't like the texture of it.
Does anybody actually like angel food cake?
I think most people in my family.
Yeah, I don't
Really?
mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Oh man, texture's so bad on that though.
Yeah, I know one time when I was very, I was just out of college. I did not have a lot of money, and I'm like, hey, you know what? And I found like angel food packet for like 50 cents. And I'm like, oh, and I made angel food muffins to have for breakfast, you know, and I put like some blueberry stuff I had with them, and that was okay. But I had that for like a month.
Gonna
Yeah,
say
and
angel
I'm
food
like,
every day.
I'm kind of done with these.
For 3 weeks.
That's how I am with enchiladas. Enchiladas are, when you're poor, are very cheap. You know, it's basically a Mexican lasagna, you know, or casserole, you know.
I love it.
And you don't have to cook because the tortillas you come pre-cooked, so it's even less prep than a lasagna.
Yeah.
You know, so we made them. I remember when we were poor college students, poor married college students, we made them like, because you make a big pan. For the two of us, it lasts us like a week, you know, on one pan. We went like 3 months where we just made these enchiladas. And then at some point we're like, you know what? We're done with this. We're done with enchiladas.
My roommate one time got
Forever.
He got a ham picnic, which is like just a big bone-in ham.
Right.
Yeah.
And he ate that by himself for probably 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a little.
Yeah.
He got to the end where he's picking around the good parts. And
So-
I'm like, what? If you need something to eat, holler at me. I'll help you out. Throw that ham away, please.
You mentioned ham, and this happened to me this last week. I've got to go on this tangent. I was taking stuff to the dump. We had some stuff in the garage, just had to get rid of it. Took it to the dump. I was there. I was throwing stuff in the big bin they had, and this guy pulled up in a truck. Old guy pulled up in a truck, and he's like, "Hey, I need to talk to you a minute." And I'm like, "Sure." And he's like our freezer went out, and my wife's making me throw out all this stuff. I've got a turkey and a ham back here we just bought like two weeks ago. They're still frozen. Do you want them? And I'm like, yes. So I have dumpster meat now.
Well,
There
it
you
wasn't
go.
in the dumpster yet.
It wasn't. Yeah,
It wasn't there
it
yet.
was about to
good.
be,
But I went to the dumpster and I came home with
meat. Yeah,
And
that's not a good look.
I
Yeah.
think that is going to be my Thanksgiving meal because it's a ham and a turkey. It's
Yeah.
close to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's nice.
They're frozen still.
They're still frozen. They're organic, but I'm still worried about dumpster meat.
Yeah, that might be. What was the road
Yeah,
meat,
right.
wild animal accident?
Animal Accident Awareness Day.
Yeah, that could be. That's close.
So I will one up you on the dumpster. I had just moved into an apartment this was like, I don't know, a couple years into college, and almost when you get a college apartment, they usually come with a bed.
Right.
Like they come furnished. That's usually the deal. Even if it's not a dorm, but a college apartment usually comes furnished. This apartment came furnished except a bed, and I don't know why. It did not have a bed. No. I take it back. It had a box spring and no bed. And I don't know why it didn't have a mattress, but it had a box spring. In fact, it had 2 box springs in my room because the room was designed so that you could sleep 2 box springs, no mattress.
It sounds like the former person probably took a mattress.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I was
And
like,
killed somebody on
yeah,
it.
right.
Yes.
I did not know what I was like. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't afford a mattress at this point in my life. Like, what and where? How do I even get a mattress? And how do I bring it home? I was considering like just buying an air mattress, but even then, air mattresses aren't like free. You know, it's
Right.
like
And not super comfortable for the long term.
yeah. So I don't know what to do. So I'm really concerned about what I'm gonna sleep on. I'm like, I guess I'll just sleep on the couch. It's like I don't have a mattress. So then I called management. I was like, hey, there's no mattresses here, and they're like, no. Like they didn't care at all.
No.
So then I'm outside, throwing my trash in the dumpster, and there's a mattress right next to the dumpster, not in the dumpster, right next to the dumpster, and I'm like, this is God has given me a dumpster mattress, and I was like, I have no choice, and I took the mattress. The bottom was a little dirty from being on the ground, the edge of it, not the bottom of it, like it was leaned on its side.
Sure.
I don't know how long it was by the dumpster. I don't know what animals ended up in that mattress.
Was it damp?
It was not damp.
So
now,
that's a good sign.
This is Utah, so it's not even humid outside. It's very dry outside. So that was lucky. No rain, no humidity, so I don't have to worry about that. And honestly, Utah doesn't have a lot of mosquitoes or anything like that. So there's you don't have to worry about the bugs getting laid in there for that. I did take it in. I cleaned off the edge. I went, and it was by the way, it was a double, like a full size, so it didn't fit on my twin size box spring. So I had to put the 2 twin size box springs together that were in my room. Luckily, I had 2 box springs.
It sounds like that was the mattress that was supposed to be in
maybe.
there. Maybe.
I put those 2 box springs together, and I went out and I bought. Now I don't remember where I got the sheet. I got a sheet somehow. I got a full size sheet from somewhere.
Thrift store.
Yeah, I might have done a thrift store, but so I did that, and I slept on that mattress for maybe like 6 or 7 years. That was too long to keep a dumpster mattress, but I did. I held on to that mattress.
So I don't have a dumpster mattress, but I have a free flea market mattress.
Awesome.
And so
I know what a flea market is, but just the word association of saying I got a flea market mattress sounds like it's going to have fleas.
Yeah.
But I know that's not what a flea market is.
I think it's a step up from a dumpster mattress.
It is. It is a step up from a dumpster mattress.
Gives it a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
So when I moved out, a friend of mine, I didn't have a bed, and a friend of mine gave me a king size mattress frame. He had the whole bed, but they had put it out on the curb, and somebody had already taken the mattress.
Yeah.
So we went to the flea market, and I found a king-size bed with a box spring for $100. And so I paid the lady $100, and we were loading it up in the truck. And she went to go get the receipt for me, and then another guy came over to me and asked me how much a dresser was. And I told him I'd take $100 for it, and he gave me a $100 bill, and then we left.
Nice.
And I'm not proud of it now. I understand, but at the time when I didn't have $100 or a mattress to sleep on, that was God telling me,
that you needed to sell that for $100 to get a mattress.
Yeah, I don't know if that guy got that dresser or not, but I slept on that mattress for a long time too.
We when I got married, we went and got we couldn't afford a king size mattress, right. Which is funny because so we went and got 2 twin size mattresses and put them together, but that's funny. It's I don't know why that's cheaper necessarily. I don't know why 2 twin size mattresses are cheaper than a king size.
It feels like it should be more expensive.
Right.
But, yeah.
But it's cheaper. I don't know if you can't buy low level king size mattresses maybe. The only king size mattress you can buy is a higher quality one maybe. I know we bought them at Big Lots, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the mattress place. That's where you got mattresses.
These are the worst ones.
Yeah.
So
it was the bottom of the barrel, absolute worst mattresses you could possibly buy
Bring
at Big
back
Lots.
the dumpster.
Yeah.
Bring back the dumpster.
They
mattress.
were definitely not as comfortable as the dumpster mattress.
Posturepedic.
The dumpster mattress was quilted top mattress.
Nice.
That dumpster mattress was comfortable, and then we got these mattresses about that thick, these twin size mattresses. We ended up buying later, in a year later, we ended up buying a memory foam topper for it because it was just so uncomfortable to sleep on. But
I had never bought a mattress before the one we have now. I just always rented, or my parents had the bed, or I moved in with my wife after it's actually before we got married. Sorry, everybody. And
cat's out of the bag now.
And she had a bed, so we just always had that, and I was much heavier, as I think most people know, and over the time I was sinking. There was a definite divot in the mattress, noticeable hole.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Super hole.
That's every mattress. Yeah, that's every mattress I have after a few years. Yeah.
And so eventually we had to get it. And the most recent one is one of the ones that came in a box about this big, and you open it, and then you get the air in it, and it just inflates. That was so cool.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can return it after any amount of time. Like, if you can get it back in a box.
If you can get it back in the box,
Yeah.
yeah. So my dad returned. The only person I've ever met that's actually been able to return a mattress is my dad. He did got a mattress mailed to him. It's like, you can return it within 100 days or whatever.
Right.
And, but they're like, you got to pack it up and ship it back, and you got to pay to ship it back. But he found a loophole. This company, for some reason, I don't know if maybe it was Amazon or something, but I remember it not being Amazon. For some reason, you were allowed to bring it to Kohl's to return it. Now, Kohl's, you can return Amazon packages to Kohl's.
Yes, you can.
So I don't know if he had bought it on Amazon and that's why, but I think it was an independent company. But he ended up returning the mattress to Kohl's, barely got it, did not really get it back in the box. You cannot get it back in the box.
No.
There's no way to get it back in the box. So we go into Kohl's. We're like, hey, we got a mattress to bring in. They're like, what? And we're like, yeah, we got a mattress. Do you have like a dolly or something? So they gave us, from the back of their stock room, they gave us one of those carts to put it on. We put it on this cart. We brought it back, and they're like, we can't take a mattress. And they're like, yeah, you can. It says right here I can return it to Kohl's. And they're like, okay. And they returned it. They let us return it.
Nice.
And I was like, that is the only successful mattress return I've ever heard of. So, so there you go. You can return a mattress if you really want to. By the way, mattress stores, they're a scam, or they're a front.
They're a front for something.
Because why? Why do they? First of all, why are there so many? There's so many mattress stores, and they're always near each other too.
There's a lot of mattress stores, a lot of storage units, and a lot of car washes.
Yeah, but storage units
You have to store your mattresses.
Yeah, you got to put your mattresses somewhere. Listen, my father is keeping storage units in business, so I understand why those exist. My dad had when he moved to Florida, they had to move very quickly because they were running from the mob. No, they moved like they did though for some reason. I don't know why, but they moved from Arkansas to Florida, and they hired a company to just pack. I think it's because his company was like, you got to move to Jacksonville, and all of his kids were grown.
Right.
He's used to having 6 kids at home. All of his kids were grown at the time, except for my sister. So he didn't have the help to get everything packed up. I was in California. I was nowhere near him. So when he had to move, he's like, I guess I'll just hire somebody. So they hired somebody to pack up everything. They moved quickly. Then they get to Florida, and he had to move before they found a house. They had house hunted, but they just couldn't find anything they liked. At the time, real estate in Florida was not. It was like a seller's market. It was high. This is before the bubble, right before the real estate bubble burst. And so he's like, I can't. I don't like any of these houses. Let's build one. So they go to build one, but they need somewhere to stay. So they rent a house, but their house is half the size of the house they want. So they put all their stuff in this giant storage unit. And when I say this storage unit was maybe the size of the main part of your house.
Wow.
It was huge. Minus the bedrooms, the main part, this area, the kitchen, the living room, all of that. That's the size of the storage unit. Huge. In fact, it was 4 storage units that the dividers had been taken out.
Right.
And they were actually gonna put dividers in it again. And he's like, no, I want the big one. And they're like, all right. And because it was the only storage unit like it, and he got trapped, and they kept raising the rent because he just was trapped in this. He didn't know where to put his stuff because the house was being built. Well, then our builder got Lyme disease, and our house took, I don't know how long, 5 or 6 years to get built. It was an insane amount. That seems too long. It was a long time. It was years. It took years for this house to get built. So he just had this storage unit for years, just throwing money down the drain for years and years. This storage unit. Finally, it took until I moved to Florida, and I was like, we're clearing out this storage unit, and I worked out a deal with him. I was like, whatever you were paying in a monthly rent, which is, I don't even remember what it was, but it would probably make all of us cry. It was probably more than my mortgage or something. But whatever you're paying in monthly rent, give me a couple of those months of rent that I'm gonna save you right now as payment, and I'll clear out this storage unit. And I did, and we cleared out the storage unit. I hired Brock White to come clear it out. Do you remember Brock White?
Yeah.
No.
He's dead of a drug overdose. Yeah. Deader in jail is the
Deader in
theme.
jail.
He actually is dead.
Oh,
and probably was in jail at some point. I hired Brock White to help me, but he was like strong, like he was a physical guy, like a strong guy, so
Right.
he could get, and the drugs helped get him get the job done. And Topher, do you remember Topher?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Topher was your buddy.
Yeah. So Brock and me and Topher, we cleared that storage unit out. And then I think at one point too, it was not like a day activity.
Right.
It took weeks to clear it out, but we got it cleared out. And my dad gave me a little money for it, and then as part of the payment too, I got a KitchenAid.
Oh, nice.
There was a KitchenAid in there in the box, sealed. And you know what a KitchenAid is?
Yeah, a mixer.
Yeah, it's an expensive mixer though. They're
Yeah,
like
they
$300
are,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So I got a KitchenAid that we still have today. We've had it now for like 7 or 8 years. So I got that out of it, and I got an art desk for my middle child that we still use.
I've seen
You traded
that.
him for the art desk, or
What? What do you mean?
you said I got an art desk for my middle child? Like
Oh yeah, I gave him the middle
Trade,
child.
yeah.
Yeah, and we got the art desk.
little quid pro quo.
Yeah.
I got you.
Oh yeah, you've seen the art desk.
Yeah.
At my house.
Works great.
Yeah. So
And so this was still fairly recently. This was 6 or 7 years ago.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So he had that storage unit. Yeah, they moved here. By the way, they moved to Florida in 2003 or 4.
Okay.
And 7 years ago, we finished clearing out that storage unit. That's how long he had that storage unit.
Wow. Okay.
By the way, that was one of his storage units. He still has 2 other storage units. One is climate controlled, and one is, actually he might be down to 1 now. But at one point he had three storage units. I think. Wow. I think he's finally down to 1 climate controlled storage unit.
What's he keeping in there?
I don't even know at this
Climate?
point. Yeah, air conditioning.
You don't want that climate to get out of control.
Yeah.
That is
Put it in there.
how you control it.
Now
Yeah.
the problem
How do they control the weather?
the problem with the storage
Storage
unit,
units. Yeah.
yeah, the problem with the big storage unit was, it was they kind of had him. They're like, they know he's not going to move it out, so they kept raising his rent, that kind of stuff. It wasn't like a very, but like now he's in a U-Haul storage unit, which it's like that's a corporate thing, so it's gonna be, you're gonna have your rates. They're not gonna like try to exploit you necessarily. No more than any other corporation would, but like the owner of the storage unit isn't going to be like, hey, we need to charge this guy more money, because it's just a corporate run storage unit.
Right.
So I think he's safer with that. That's probably better. I would recommend anybody getting a storage unit, go with like a big corporation. That's probably going to be your safest bet.
Yeah.
You don't want a storage unit owned by a guy.
Get a Bush League.
Yeah.
Bush League store. It's your storage unit off of Groupon.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was the days we could have picked for
Yeah.
for the
What am I
10.
going to put on the title? Let's put
All
this
of
is
the
that's-
days.
That's the next day.
That's the next
Yeah.
day. Let's put National Handbag Day, because we didn't say anything about that. So
Okay.
We'll say today's National Handbag Day. You know what we didn't do? We didn't talk about shows that we've done. We usually do a recap, like what shows we've had. Wes and I had Really Good Beer Stop.
Oh yeah, you that sounded like it.
So we had a Christmas Miracle. We were very worried about ticket sales. Maybe the minutes before I got to the venue, our ticket sales were at 11.
Okay.
Now, just to remind everybody, we've had 2 sold out shows there, and another show of about 45. So, like, pretty good numbers for that place.
Right.
The place itself, he only has about 50 chairs. When we upped it to 70, I brought my own chairs for Danny Johnson.
Right.
And we sold out. We've sold out 2 shows there. Had a show of about 45, which was close to the first show.
Which was close to capacity.
Close to capacity. So I'm like, this was a shock to me that we were only had 11 sold minutes before I got to the venue. And so I'm like, are people just gonna buy at the door? Like, I didn't know what was gonna happen. My wife, for once in her life, was supportive and got one of her friends to buy tickets.
Wow.
But 2 people, so she got 2 tickets sold. Credit to my wife. And she texted me. She's like, I finally helped out with your comedy career. Like she got her teacher. She catfished her friend at school, or teacher friend at school, to coming to the show. Because I say catfish because she got there and she's like, oh, is Miriam here? And I was like, no, she's not here. She tricked you to come to this show. So I think we ended up. So I think by showtime we were at maybe 12, maybe 13 pre-sold.
Okay.
Then we're sitting there and we're like, I don't know what to do. So we have maybe, so this is by close. Yeah, these are pre-solds. Yeah. So then we get a couple at the door. We get we added maybe 6 or 7 that just came at the door. Just of people that were planning on coming, just decided to play at the door. Then there's this birthday party there of about 11 or 12 people, I think.
Yeah.
They see Wes. Now, who was it first? It was the brother of the birthday guy who saw you first?
Yes.
And what was there? I didn't hear the conversation necessarily. But
it was just like, yo, Wes, we've seen you before at wherever. He'd seen me at the Comedy Zone.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, you're amazing. You're so funny. You're way funnier than Joey and Bobby. We've seen them too. But, I'm like, stop it. He's like, no, really, you're the best. This is my brother's birthday. And so they bought tickets and stuck around.
Yeah,
awesome.
12 of them. They bought. So we would have had not the great show if they, it was a Christmas miracle. They're like, we'll buy 12 tickets right now. Paid us the $200 or whatever it was for the 12 tickets. It was more than that. And then and he's like, you got a military discount? I was like, I'll give you the military. I'm not getting everybody half off or something. I gave the guy buying the tickets half off, so they got $10 off of their $240 purchase.
Then they ordered pizza.
Yeah, then they
brought in pizza.
Yeah, we're having a whole party.
Yeah, they were great.
Now they were great. They ended up being really good audience members. They ended up being a really good show. We would not have had a good show if they were not there. I will say that we would, or as good of a show. Yeah. I'm sure. Hopefully the people there would have still enjoyed it, but that besides them, but we would not have had as good of a show without them. But I did at the beginning. I was a little worried because they were playing darts, and I was like giving them the warning, like, hey, we're gonna start in 5 minutes, so if you can wrap up your dart game. I was like, and I don't know anything about. I've never played darts, so I don't know how long they last. I was like, how long do they usually last? And they could last hours. Yeah. That's how darts go.
If you're bad at darts.
Yeah, if you're bad at darts, it could last hours. And I'm like, oh, great. I was like, all right, well, we'll try to wrap it up in about 5 or 10 minutes. And oh, okay. So we're sitting there talking, and I was like, hey, why do we have to wrap it? Why can't we just play darts while you guys are doing the comedy show? And I was like, I don't all these people paid too. It's like you don't want to sit there and just hear ka-thunk, ka-thunk, while you're trying to give a punchline. So I had to explain that to them. They actually, to their credit, to their even drunken credit, they understood. They're like, oh, you know what? That makes sense. We'll stop playing. I was very worried about it, but they were actually some of the best audience members of any comedy show I've been to.
Awesome.
They ended up being great.
And Christmas miracle, especially that it wasn't a bachelorette party.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. Bachelorette party. As far as people celebrating things, bachelorette party is almost always the worst. Birthday parties could go either way. Bachelor parties usually are fine, except for you got to deal with bros sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, bachelorette parties, a lot of wooing in bachelorette parties, and weird hats and stuff like that. Distracting hats.
I had my high school wrestling coach came out. I hadn't seen him in a long time.
Oh, that's who that was?
Yeah, that's who that was.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Did he know? Did he know you couldn't wrestle anymore?
Yeah. No, I've seen him.
He's like, so you've been wrestling these days?
I've seen him at least. He's seen a video or two since high school. But there was one of the other coaches had seen my dad in Home Depot at work, and he mentioned to Coach Dunham, who came, that I was doing comedy, and so Dunham found my website and then left a message on my website, which no one has ever done.
Right.
So it's like I got an email from myself from my website. And I'm like, what is this? And he reached out. It's like he wanted to come. So.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's who that was. Sorry, I missed dinner. I got tied up.
So then we're like, we get to the end of the show, and now the bar closes at midnight. So we got plenty of time after the show. So we're kind of hanging, and then we're like, I'm kind of hungry, and Brian Ziola, the other comic on the show, he was kind of hungry too. So we saw the Mexican restaurant across the street.
Anejo, I believe.
Yeah, and we looked. They closed at 11, so we're like, hey, we got a full hour. Let's go over there. So we told Wes, we're like, hey, we're gonna go over there. We'll come back to tear down the equipment afterwards.
Right.
Well, then we get over there. Wes never came. And it was pouring down rain, so we're like, I hope Wes didn't die on the way over here, like that.
He was either gonna die or go to jail.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he stiffed us, or he what's the word I'm looking for?
I was stood you up.
Stood you up. Yeah, you stood us up for
That's
dinner.
that's a great turn of phrase for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He sat us down.
Yeah, I sat you up.
Yeah.
You got sat up. But during the middle of my fantastic show, everything's going great, and then it just stopped. Like, no response from anybody.
Really?
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that. That has happened every show at that place, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why when there's like maybe 10 minutes left, 15 minutes left in the show, the crowd stops responding, and I can't figure it out. It happened to me when I headlined the first show, which is a sold-out show, by the way. I headlined the first show.
I remember the end being
And the
awkward.
last 10 minutes of the show, for some reason, I couldn't. Now, I think the last joke, I finally riled them back up, but I don't know if it's just the drinking, like they were just drinking so much that they had kind of lost consciousness, lost like attention span at that point. But yeah, I don't know what it is, the last 10 or 15 minutes of the show, and that happened with Danny too, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because it's Danny, and you would assume it's his crowd, which it was. And then, who else? Anna. I don't remember if it happened with Anna, but Anna's, by the last 10 minutes are a QVC. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's not telling jokes at that point.
There were two guys at the bar that were arguing over something.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You had an interruption.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I didn't know, because I couldn't see the crowd. I couldn't see.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
Like, finally, I addressed it. I'm like, what is going on here?
And then it was weird after that.
Yeah.
It was odd. That was an odd ending to the night, but it ended up being great. Did anybody buy any merch?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sold
that's good.
2 T-shirts.
Oh.
And 2 koozies at $10 a piece.
Oh, they put a little extra.
Yeah.
huh?
If I'm selling T-shirts, I go ahead and bump the price of the koozies up so that.
Yeah.
But I want to say I did the wine bar. Remember when Spencer and
Yeah.
Patrick did the wine bar?
Yeah.
So I'm doing the wine bar, and the stage used to be at the end, like around the corner. And so I'm doing my set, and it dies. Like, the whole room is just completely quiet, and I don't know what's going on. So I dress it, nothing, stumble through the whole rest of my set, whatever, get out of there. And then I'm talking to my friends later. I'm like, that sucked. I don't know what happened. And they're like, you didn't see the guy almost die? Like,
What?
No, around the corner from, like, in the other side of the room, a guy had passed out, and the ambulance came. They resuscitated him, like, cleared. Well, the whole thing is and I couldn't see it because it was around the corner.
Wait, they even used the
they
used the paddles while you're on stage?
Yeah, the like AI, it's not the actual paddles, but you know the AFib or whatever,
Yeah.
the AI thing. They had to bring the guy back to life during my set, and I was like, oh, I guess.
How
I
did
guess
you not notice that? That's not
was
like a
around-
huge room, though.
It's around the corner. It just.
You just notice the crowd stop responding.
Yeah.
And you have no idea why. That's
No,
crazy.
I'm like,
That's
I guess y'all don't like cat jokes, or you don't like get.
And you're like, man, I'm dying up here. They're
It's like, ugh.
they're like, yeah, that's not poor
CPR
choice.
up here.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I've never had anybody get resuscitated with a defibrillator. While
Yeah.
I've
during
had
my set.
the
Well,
worst response
Keep
ever.
writing, and you'll get a little better.
Yeah.
Keep writing.
Worst response ever when I tried to do crowd work one time. I was at the Comedy Zone. I'm like, hey, anybody celebrating anything? And like, guys like, yeah, I'm getting married, blah blah. I'm like, oh hey, so it was a bachelor party kind of thing. Like, hey, awesome. Do you guys do anything else? He's like, yeah, we went skydiving last week. I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. He's like, yeah, the instructor got killed. I'm like, what? Like, what? He plummeted to his death last week, and you want to tell that to a room full of people now at
Yeah.
a comedy
Gotta bring that
at a
up
comedy
now?
show. Thank you for that.
Little decorum here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's just a callous person mentioning something about something he didn't know. He just experienced a little bit.
There's two answers to how is skydiving: good or fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay,
Yeah.
yay. But yeah, that is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, well, you got any shows coming up, Wes, that you want to plug?
Yes. And November 10th. No, October 10th. Friday. I'm going to be at.
That's tonight.
That's tonight.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of here. At the Breezy Jazz House.
Oh, yeah, you're doing
at
that
8
again.
o'clock.
You've done that before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's a fun show.
Is Dean books it?
Dean does book
Okay.
that. Yep.
Yeah. I need to reach out. I've heard good things about it, mostly from you. But
Well, he will come find you.
yeah.
We live in the same neighborhood, and yet he insists on either finding me at work or somewhere else. Like, you just bring that to my house. Like, I'll come get it. It's like, well, I'll meet you at Walmart. I'm like, okay. So I'm doing that, and then I'm doing So Funny Sundays in Eustis, Florida,
Okay.
on the 12th, and then I think that's it for October.
All right. Sounds fun.
How about you, Joey?
I'm at the Comedy Zone on October 15th.
Oh, I'm on that show too.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are on that show. However, we'll see if the Comedy Zone has the show. Did you
okay.
hear about this week?
No.
All right, we'll talk about it off the air.
All right.
But come to
I
that
knew-
show.
I knew it was canceled.
October 15th, come to the Comedy Zone. You'll see me and Wes on the show. We're going to invite all those people that to interrupt the show at the end so that your last 10 minutes of your set goes poorly.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of right now. So brand new open mic. It would have been last night. So every Thursday now there's a new Comedy Super Friends open mic. Still have Shantytown every Monday at 8:30. Now we have Root Down, which is in 5 Points. It's on Park Street in
Okay.
5 Points. Root Down every Thursday at 9:30. So come to Root Down every Thursday at 9:30 and Shantytown every Monday at 8:30. And, of course, really good beer stop. Our next one will be November 7th. Marcus Crespo is going to close the show. November 7th, really good beer stop in Nocatee every first Friday of the month. So
that show is going to be killer.
yeah,
It's
Marcus
gonna be a
Crespo is
fun
going to be
show.
great. I don't know who else is going to be on the show yet, but I know for sure Marcus is going to close the show. So that should be a good show.
Cool beans. Yeah. So tonight, I will be at Third Space Improv down in St. Augustine.
All right.
And I'm looking forward to that. I'm also going to be in the Villages Got Talent on October 28th.
You're the youngest one in there. You're
Most
like-
likely, it's a Florida-wide talent search with a potential cash prize. So
Okay.
you go.
I absolutely said yes.
What day? The 28th?
October 28th is a
Okay.
Tuesday.
All right.
starts at 3 o'clock.
I do have to be there for a sound check early.
Yeah.
So yes.
All right.
Savannah Comedy Review. I'm going to do the comedy battle again, and I think the big one. This is the fun announcement I get to make. I have been accepted to do a short spot at the Montclair Comedy Festival.
What?
Oh, right.
Yes. So right
right.
outside New York City.
This is the first time I've heard the words Montclair.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
What's Montclair?
I just saw some random advertisement for it. I looked it up. It's like literally 15 miles from like Manhattan.
Really?
It's just across
Okay.
the
So
New
3
York-
hours.
It-
A good 3 hour trip.
They say about 2 hours driving, about 30 minutes public transportation.
Yeah.
But it's right outside New York. I'm gonna have access. I assume there's
right.
gonna be a lot of other comedians from
Sure.
that area. So I'm a little bit excited. It's gonna be like November 13th. It's a Thursday. It's like the opening show. It's like basically the people that they don't want to put later in the week. And I get it, but yeah, it's
All
fine.
right, you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Did you let them know that you were the most talented person in the Villages?
Yeah.
I hope you can
Yeah.
put that on your resume.
I hope so. I really truly hope so.
It's nice when I throw down that I'm the straight foolish champion,
Oh, nice.
the straight foolish comedy champion. Yeah, put that on the resume.
Yeah.
Straight foolish with an 8 in it.
You could put top three top 3 fat comedians in Clay County. You could put that on there.
Yeah.
There's only 3 of us, right?
I think there's some more live in the county.
Really? You think there's more than you, me, and Isaiah?
I think so.
I
don't know if anyone's heavier than me.
That's what I'm top 3 fat comedians.
Yeah, I'm
Patrick lives in Clay County, but he's not fat.
He's not.
Yeah.
You ain't fat.
All right, so those are our shows coming up. Check out Wes Johnson at Wes Johnson. Those are all his.
Follow me.
Yeah, all his socials. BobbyParkerComedy.com, JoeyNickel.com. We're on all the socials. Follow us. Today is whatever we say it is, and you're here for it. I'm Joey Nickel.
I'm Bobby Parker.
And I'm Wes Johnson.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.